Hey everyone, and welcome to my latest broadcast. My name is Jessica Dwyer. I'm the VIP entertainment reporter for Zinni62 Media. And today I am talking about what you're seeing on the screen, which is the cover image for the Audible original, The Sandman by Neil Gaiman. Now, this is an audiobook that was released about a week or two ago on Audible, and it's something that fans have been waiting for some sort of creation of either a live action, a cartoon, or what we got with this, which is an Audible audio drama. And it's a massive one. It's epic. It has major stars involved with it. And Neil Gaiman himself is the narrator for the entire series. Neil Gaiman has been on a major upswing. He's always been massively huge and popular, but in the last few years, he has just gone major huge with series like American Gods and with Good Omens, which was on Amazon, which Amazon, of course, owns Audible. But with this is something that fans have been waiting for literal years and years and years. The original Sandman is actually a DC comic book that was released in 1989. So that's how long this has been around. And we've never gotten a version of it that was something that could be viewed or listened to or anything of that nature. Now, there has been rumors, and they are supposed to be doing this. There's supposed to be a Netflix live action series, but with everything going on and with the amount of special effects and just what would be involved, I don't know if we're going to really get that or not, but fingers crossed we will. But as of right now, this is what we have, and this is pretty damn epic. So if you don't know what The Sandman is a fantasy horror series by Gaiman that was in DC Comics, and it crossed over into quite a few other of DC's catalog of characters. There was stuff with Swamp Thing, there's stuff with John Constantine, there's House of Mystery. There's a lot of crossover in the comic books. But what Gaiman created was a complete and epic mythos of just amazing characters in a world that was just epic. I mean, I'm going to say the word epic a lot here because it really is. So within the comic books, the Sandman himself is also known as Morpheus. He is part of what is called the Endless, and the Endless were they've been around since the beginning of time, hence their name. And there's death, desire, destiny, dream, delirium. There's a number of them. I couldn't list them all off the top of my head, but those are most of them. Of course, desire is this androgynous, beautiful, lust, inducing creature that has both representation of male and female. Death is this cute little goth girl who is always bubbly and strangely familiar. Morpheus, though, who you see there in the image, is the master of dreams. He is the one that creates them. He is the dream lord. He creates the universe of dreams. And he is the focus of this series. Now, the actual Audible has multiple chapters. It's not just a one and done. There's literally multiple chapters of this. It's not short. It's pretty lengthy. It's almost 11 hours long. So that gives you an idea of how big in scope this is for an audiobook. But what makes this so awesome as well is the fact of who is in it. So we'll switch screens here for a second. And I'm going to share with you the cast list. So here we go here, just so you can see. So here is the cast list for this, and it's epic. So you have Taron Egerton, who just came off of playing Elton John in Rocket Man. You've got James McAvoy as the Dream Lord. Taron is playing John Constantine, who is a fan favorite character. If you know your DC Comics, you know Hellblazer, you know he is a main character that is on Legends of Tomorrow. You have Riz Ahmed, Kat Dennings, Samantha Morton, Michael Sheehan as a Lucifer. Lucifer has his own TV series on Netflix. Andy Serkis, who you will know from The Lord of the Rings. And then you have a crossover here with Arthur Darvill, if you love your Doctor Who, or as I said, Legends of Tomorrow, he was in that as well. Then you have Joanna Lumley, who, if you've, Ab Fab, you have the New Avengers. Then you can see here too, there's a lot of crossover with other characters from the DC universe, like John Johns, who is the Martian Manhunter. Of course, then you have the other characters like Dr. Destiny, Desire, as I mentioned previously, Despair. And then this is just the rest. And I recognize a lot of these names from other audiobooks and things too, like Simon Vance. Let's see here. There's a couple of them, like Kim Newman, I know. But there's just just great talent involved with this. But of course, you've got Neil there as the narrator. And Neil does a great job. He's got a great voice. Just to listen to him is pretty fantastic, just by himself. So let's go back to the original image. What I have to say, though, about this, I really like the one thing that I was amazed by with this as I listened to it. Not only is it just beautifully made in terms of just the sound design, the voice work, the fact that we're getting, they sound like the characters should. But also the fact that within this, you have just the sound effects are disturbing. This is not kiddie material at all. Please keep in mind, if you let your kids listen to audiobooks, if they're very young, this may not be a good idea. This is some dark material. These are not kid comics. These are dark. These are disturbing. They're beautiful. Don't get me wrong, and they're just amazing stories and things that Neil Gaiman has put together here, and the characters are fantastic. It's just there is some dark stuff here, because when you are dealing with the internal mind of humans and the things that they dream of and their hopes and desires, and it can go into some dark places, and this one does. There are some just very disturbing things that go on in just the first few chapters of this. When they're talking about the nightmares, when they're talking about the things that Dr. D, as he's called in this, once he has the power of Morpheus, what he makes humanity and people do is messed up. And it will really get to you, because they do a lot of really good sound design, as I said, and that includes the sound effects for what's happening. I won't go into detail. I'll just warn you ahead of time that, yeah. And it can freak you out a little bit. I'm not going to lie. But this is just so good. I'm surprised that they didn't have something about this at San Diego Comic-Con. They didn't, as far as I know. I didn't see anything listed. It's so fantastic. And the fans have been waiting for something like this for a very long time. So if you have Amazon Prime, if you have Audible, Even if you don't have the Audible subscription, this is worth buying. It is excellent. They Audible has a number of the Neil Gaiman stories and audio dramas on there from his books, including Good Omens, Neverwhere, Stardust is on there as well. This though, I think is my favorite, and that's saying a lot because I love the Neverwhere version that they did. I love Good Omens, but this is so well done, and it's great because you can tell that Neil Gaiman wanted to make sure that if this is the only thing we get of Sandman come to life off the page, that it was going to be good, and it definitely is. James McAvoy as Morpheus has a fantastic voice. He is really good at it. Michael Sheehan, of course, is amazing. Just everybody brings their A game. So if you get one audiobook at all this year, this is the one to get. It will help you forget about what is going on in the world right now, which we kind of all need. It's great dark fantasy. If you are a fan of old school DC comics and the old school horror comics that they have, like House of Mystery, and this is the thing to get. The Cain and Abel are in this, which I nearly died because I love those books, House of Mystery and House of Secrets. I love those comics, and I love the characters of Cain and Abel, and they are in here, and they sound like they should, and it just made me giddy. So check out the Sandman on Audible original that they have produced. This is so fantastically good. You have to get it. If you're a fan at all of comics, fantasy, dark fantasy, or just good books. This is a great buy. Snag it, listen to it, enjoy it. And I hope you guys, really love it as much as I did. It is just an excellent, excellent audiobook. And, it's like a movie in the amount of detail that they've gone into with it, and the design and the production. So go get the Sandman. And with that, I'm signing off. I will talk to you soon with more news in the world of geekery. And you guys stay safe, spread the word, not the virus. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.